Hey everyone, it's Mari. I have a fun little DIY project here to share with you today. I'm going to be using this Fawn treat box die to create some little treat boxes for Easter. And I'm just going to be using some Stampin' Up! Paper that I had in my stash from a very long time ago. I couldn't even tell you how old this paper is, but I really love it, and I love the colors for spring. It's pastel and it's just really pretty, and this is what I chose to cut out my little boxes from. So I just took, I think I ended up getting 4 of these cuts from one 12 by 12 sheet, and so you can get 2 of these little boxes from a 12 by 12. And I wasn't all that super careful with seeing how many I could get out of a 12 by 12. So you might even be able to get more than that, but at least I know that you can get two complete boxes or 4 cuts for sure out of a 12 by 12 sheet. So you can just see that this little die is perfect in every way. I just love it, and it makes a fairly good size little treat box when you're finished. The fantastic thing about it too is that the little fold lines, the score lines, are all there for you. And so it's really, really simple to assemble. So you just cut the 2 pieces for one box, and then you just have to use the little fold over tabs on the edges there to stick them together. So I'm just going to use my ATG gun for this today. Although in the past, typically I have used double-sided tape for this project, depending on what I'm using the treat boxes for. But the ATG adhesive is super strong as well, and it works fairly well. I don't know if it's as strong as the double-sided tape, but it still works really well for what I'm going to be doing with these. So I'm just going to show you the assembly of one of the little treat boxes first, and then I'll show you how I ended up embellishing a couple of the little boxes. I ended up making 6 of these for Easter, and I'm going to be using them as table favors for our dinner table when we celebrate Easter next weekend. So what I have for my Easter table is a really pretty robin's egg blue tablecloth, and I usually do accents of pinks and yellows and other blues and that kind of thing on my table. And these little boxes will just look really super cute on there as well. So you can just see that I'm just showing you how the box all fits together, and I just really like how it all looks in the end. So it's got that really cute little scallop top on it, and this paper that I'm using is really, really thin. If you wanted to use cardstock, you would obviously end up with a stronger little box. These ones are pretty flimsy, but because I'm using them just for little table favors, I wasn't too worried about it. And I'm going to be using some Recollections glitter paper to create some little labels for my little bags or my little boxes. So I'm going to use a Stampin' Up! Label punch, and I'm going to cut a bunch of those punches in a variety of different glitter paper colors to embellish my little boxes. Now these are some really cute little shape sprinkles from Doodlebug Designs, and I've had these for a while in my stash, I think since last year, and they're just perfect for what I'm going to be doing here today. And I'm also going to be using that Hello die that I showed you there from Simon Says Stamp, and that also is just the perfect size for the label that I'm going to be using, and so that's why I decided to go with that. Hello is a pretty generic sentiment to put on any kind of a whether it's a card or whatever, and it just works. So I thought that I would go with that for these little boxes. Now I decided to cut some pattern paper in a variety of different colors, and I wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted for color scheme here, so I just took a bunch of different 6x6 papers and cut out some of the hello words in a variety of colors. And I also cut some out of white foam, so you can see that I'm going to back this little green colored hello on some white foam so that it just has a little more dimension on the front of my treat box. And I'm going to just stick that down with some glossy accents. Now glossy accents is what I'm using here just because it is a really great adhesive for sticking to a variety of different media that you're using, or a variety of different products, whether it's paper, plastic, etc. And this sticks really, the foam is going to stick really well to that glitter paper using the glossy accents as well. So that's why I chose this adhesive. And you can see that I'm just going to apply that on there fairly liberally and stick that down onto my paper, onto my project. So I'm just going to push that down there and give that a chance to dry a little bit and get stuck down. And then I'm going to also start to embellish it with the variety of little things that I've chosen. So I'm going to use, like I said, those little stickers from Doodlebug, and I'm going to use, I have some little heart stickers in my stash from Illustrated Faith that I'm going to use. I'm going to use some of this Doodlebug twine in the yellow and the blue. And I really like this twine. It's super easy to work with. It's not really stiff, but it's stiff enough obviously to hold a little bit of a bow shape. So I decided on this one that I would tie just a little bit of a bow there. I sped that up just because I fuss with it for a few minutes. I don't know if you guys are bow whisperers or not, but I'm not a bow whisperer. I don't find it easy to tie these little teeny tiny bows, and so I struggle with that for a couple of seconds here, so I decided to speed that up just so it's not quite as painful for you to watch. Now I've got that all tied, and you can see that I stuck that cute little bunny on there and a little heart, and I really love the way that that looks. And I'm going to embellish a blue one for you as well on camera, and then I'll show you what these two look like finished, and there will be some still shots at the end of the video as well for you to check out how they look close up also. So this one, I thought the green looked really pretty on there with the blue, and I decided that I wasn't going to cover my little foam hello with anything. I just like how this white looks with the green. Excuse me. And so I'm going to just put my glossy accents onto that foam again and stick that down. Just going to use my tweezers here to help me out a little bit and put that on there. And I will actually embellish this one quite a lot similarly, in a similar fashion. I think that's more grammatically correct than to the other one. And you'll see that I'll just actually tie the cord on this one at the top, this time above the sentiment, and I'm going to just tie this one in a knot rather than in a bow and see how that works. And I'll end up covering the knot on this one with a little enamel dot. I believe I do that with a yellow dot on there. And so I'm just going to tie this, and I'll cut the ends off fairly short and slide that over a little bit to the side. And these little sprinkles are really super cute. There's not just little bunnies on there, but little chicks, and then the little carrots and so on. So like I said, I made 6 of them, and I embellished them each a little bit differently, but they're all basically the same. I have the same theme going on there. So these, like I said, will be my table favors for Easter. We're going to be celebrating Easter next weekend, so I wanted to get these done. I'm going to put some treats in these little boxes, probably the little Cadbury eggs, and that will be a little fun treat for us, for my grown adult children. We won't be hiding Easter eggs, obviously. Although maybe they would want to, I'm not sure, but nobody's mentioned that, so it'll be little treat boxes instead. Have a happy Easter, guys, and I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.